Was it a big decision with Duba, or was the year out? Was that something that you had to take into account, and then the decision to go for Barry Brust? Talk us through that whole process.
I think we made that Duba decision before the Elite Series. I think if we realistically were gonna bring Dubes back, to compete for a 21-22 year, we would have needed to get him in 5 weeks in that Elite Series. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of was the decision we made then, that we were going to look for someone else, and we brought Muse in, who I like a ton. Unfortunately, got injured first game, and I don't think we ever really got to see exactly who he was. He was playing, probably 70% in those 2 games against Nottingham at the end of the year, and he actually had a contract on the table with an out clause until a certain date, and I just wasn't ready to do a deal at that point in time. Barry was a guy that I had looked into for the 1920 year. Unfortunately, it just didn't work financially for us. He had much better opportunities out there back in Slovan Bratislava, but he was very intrigued by the uni deal then. So once I knew we were going 21-22, I reached back out. We had some conversations. He seems motivated, super excited, looking forward to the school side of it, ready to play some hockey. And for me, he was option A. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that I talked to about for the Elite Series too, and he was just having a baby, so it didn't work out. But once I got him to get on board, that my decision was easy there. I feel like he's going to be a guy that is a game changer, big goaltender, has a unique attitude and style to him that I think the Steelers faithful will fall in love with immediately, and he's a winner. He'll help us win hockey games. So that's the most important part.
Yeah, I think via myself and Twitter, the experience came first. I think it's a name that's cropped up a few times over the last few years, and everybody's really excited to see him. I guess the question that was age. I mean, he's an older goaltender, which the experience to me of a goaltender is actually a plus point. But for any fans that have got concerns about age, is there anything to say about that? And the other side of it before, well, I guess we're going to jump onto it, is what's the role going to be for Churchfield around Brust as well? Probably going to share starting duties, or
well, that's a question that as a coach, you're never going to answer 2 weeks before training camp. That's for sure. We like to have a competitive culture all the way up and down our lineup, including at the goalie position. And I think Barry's age isn't an issue. I think he had a year off, which a lot of guys, if you look around leagues in Europe and in our league in general, there's a lot of guys who didn't play 2021 that are hopping into our league this year. He's a veteran guy. I'm not overly. Dupes was older than he was and came in and won a trophy with us, so I'm not overly worried about his age at all. In saying that, injuries happen. That's just the reality of it. And if something happens, we'll address it if it does. Dowdy's a younger guy. He got injured, missed a full season. So age really isn't a number. As long as he's coming in for the right reasons, there'll be no issues from our end there. Regarding Churchy, Churchy's worked hard over the summer here. He's going to come in and compete in practice, and obviously he'll get his chance, and hopefully when he plays well, and makes me want to think about getting him more games from that point of thing. So Barry's the guy, though, for sure. He's coming in as the guy who's going to play as many games as possible, and then having Churchy and Curtis back there competing in practice, and whichever one of those two is playing better, we'll get those complimentary starts.